Hello everyone, Jeremy here, and welcome to this UI tour of the PlayStation 4. First of all, apologies for the cam footage. There's currently no way to use a off-the-shelf capture device like the Elgato Game Capture HD or the Hauppauge HD PVR Gaming Edition 2 on something like the PlayStation 4 to record directly from the console because it has copyright protection built in. Now, Sony said that they were going to remove that copyright protection and at that point we can use those devices, but really the only way to do it now is through some fancy hookups through PCs and capture cards and basically stuff that I just don't have. So this is what we have to deal with for now. So when you get your PlayStation 4 and you turn it on, you sign in with your PlayStation, with your Sony Entertainment Network account, and you get everything set up and you turn it off, you turn it back on. This is the screen that is going to greet you. It may not be exactly like mine's. Your actual name and profile may be on the left as opposed to being on the right like mine's is, but this is how mine's was set up. So you pick which user is going to actually log into the PlayStation 4. You press X and then you're taken to the new start menu, home screen, however you want to put it. And one thing right off the bat that I want to point out is my real name is up there, Jeremy Hill, as opposed to my PSN ID for the longest time, which has been Reno187. That's one of the cool things that Sony put into the user interface of the PlayStation 4 is it allows you to use your real name. You still have your regular tag, but to you can have your real name, and for people that you actually know on your friends list, you can request for them to allow you to see their real name as well. So you don't have to worry about who's crazy dude 593 when you're like, oh well, that's John. So if you have friends and you don't want to really remember whose crazy handle belongs to who, you can use their real names if they let you. So the cross media bar is gone, and replacing it is basically what I think is just a fancier cross media bar, because cross media bar was really just this straight line of icons and sub menus. And the PlayStation 4 just pretties it up a bit. Everything still goes from left to right. And all these games here are on your screen according to the order of which you actually downloaded the game or played the game. So in my case, the last game that I downloaded was Flower, so that's first. And then the game that I played before Flower was Resogun, followed by Warframe, Blacklight Retribution, Killzone Shadowfall, and Contrast. Right now, there's currently no way to organize this menu. So you can have games in a certain order that you may not want them to be because you cannot switch it up. And right now, things are pretty limited. It's just your library, and then that shows where all your games are, so that's easy enough. The web browser, music unlimited, video unlimited, all the various TV and video settings that you will remember from the PlayStation 3. Right now you can get Amazon Video On Demand, Redbox Instant, Netflix, Hulu, Vudu. All of these video apps are currently available to download on the PlayStation 4, which this right here is very reminiscent of the PlayStation 3. It was the same kind of drop-down menu. The only thing about it now is it just looks better. The background seems much more vibrant, but it's still very wavy like the cross media bar always has been. And then you have Live from PlayStation, which I will get into in a minute. That's part of the PlayStation 4's cool new social networking interaction community driven aspect of the console. Playroom is really something that's best used with the PlayStation Eye camera. It does not come with the system. It costs $60 extra, and it's basically just a collection of mini games, tech demos, fun things that you can do to screw around for, a few minutes to show off to your friends and family. So that's pretty much what your first menu is going to be like. As time goes on, this menu is going to expand. You're going to have a whole bunch of games, and at that point, it's going to be very important for Sony to include some sort of organization option so that you don't have to keep looking at a row of icons trying to get to the last game. Hopefully you'll be able to sort them by, similar to what the PS3 does. Maybe you can sort them by alphabetical order, by the order of which you downloaded them, or maybe just group everything into little separate individual folders of their own, but time will tell. Alright, so let's get into Live from PlayStation. Live from PlayStation is a new built-in app that lets you see everything that the PlayStation community is currently choosing to share with each other. In this case, live streaming over Twitch and Ustream, but, let's be honest, people are going to use Twitch. No one really wants to use Ustream to stream video gaming content. We want to use Twitch. So right now, these are all the people who are currently, well, maybe not everyone in the world, but these are a good number of people who are currently streaming their games on Twitch. So if I just wanted to check one out, this guy, Fugo, hello Fugo, is streaming NBA Live 14. And once that video loads up, we'll be able to see exactly what he's streaming, and if things go wrong, we can always just back out and try another video. Just like on Twitch, you can see the comments on the right side of the screen. People are asking him questions. Alright, he's apparently having difficulties with his individual stream. So yeah, let's just look at this one. Zaragonza Games, who's currently playing Knack. So if you were to look this person up on Twitch, well, right now, of course you can't do that because I'm recording this now, but you would see the exact same thing that I'm seeing. He is currently streaming Knack on Twitch, and people are chatting on Twitch, they're talking, and if I wanted to, I could enter a comment of my own and also send it and be a part of that chat if I wanted to do that. So those are all the people who are broadcasting. This is the interactive tab, which there's absolutely nothing here right now. This is everything that people are streaming on Twitch. This is everything that people are streaming on Ustream. So it's basically the same kind of interface, no matter whether you're streaming on Twitch or Ustream when you go into the PlayStation Live application. It's pretty much the same thing. Of course, it's different on the actual website, but you get the picture. So that's just something that you can do if you just have on your PlayStation 4 and you don't want to play any games you want to watch other people play. You basically just have a PlayStation 4 curated section of Twitch TV built right into the console. Let's see, what else do we have here? Music Unlimited and Video Unlimited. I believe I did videos about those a long time ago, but long story short, Video Unlimited and Music Unlimited are Sony's own homegrown music and video services. Music Unlimited has a couple of subscription options. One's $5 a month, the other is $10 a month, and the most expensive one, $10, will allow you to stream all of the music that's currently available in Music Unlimited on your phone, on your console, on your computer, and on your tablet. And the $5.99 option, I believe, just lets you stream music just on the console and maybe on the PC as well, and with no advertisements for the $10 version. So it's basically just your music service, which would explain why MP3s are not supported on the PlayStation 4, nor are music CDs, because Sony wants you to use this. And then Video Unlimited is just a service where you go in and you buy different movies and TV shows a la carte, or you can rent them. Let's pop into the web browser now. And let's face it, not a lot of people are going to be using the web browser for the PlayStation 4. There's just so many more elegant solutions that you can use for web browser. But since it's here, we might as well look at it and see what we can do. Alright, so we'll just search for something really quick. Let's just go to, I don't know. I'm just going to go to CNN.com because that's the first thing that came into my mind, and it's very easy to just pull up in the keyboard. Now here's an interesting thing. There is no start button on the DualShock 4. It's just a rather awkwardly awkwardly placed menu, or not menu, option and share button. But the cool thing is, instead of pressing start or enter anything like that, you press R2. That is your enter key. So yeah, this is the web browser. Use the right analog stick to go up and down. The left analog stick controls the cursor. You can press R3 to zoom in. And, for what it's worth, it is a pretty fast browser. It's obviously it's not the best way to look at the web these days, but it's here, it's functional. It's not nearly as bad as the PS3 web browser was when it first launched. So, no big deal, no problem, it's all good. But right now, we're just going to back out of that. And if you go up from this line of menus, if you move up, you'll see that there is a second layer of options that you can choose from. The first being the PlayStation Store, the second one being notifications. Now you're going to get notifications if you get friend requests, if you get invites, when you get trophies and all that stuff, and you can turn them on and off whenever you want. But there's a bit of a weird thing about the notifications, because this is also where your downloads lie and also where your uploads lie. So it seems a bit of an awkward placement to have downloads and uploads in your notifications bar, but that's where they are. The uploads menu is it's really there for if you were to upload your gameplay footage to something like Facebook, or when the PlayStation 4 uploads your saved games to the cloud. So if I were to go to Flower here, it'll tell me, it just automatically goes to save data in online storage. So these are, basically my saved games that are in the cloud. So if I were to delete them physically from the console, I can just pull them right back down, and I'll be able to start off from where I left off. Even if I delete the game, I always know that the save footage is up there ready for me to pull down whenever I want. And you know that it regards online storage because you'll see it right there. Everything says online storage uploaded, online storage uploaded. With the exception of this long file name right here. This was from Resogun earlier today, and I uploaded this 15-minute video to my Facebook account. So when I did that, this is the notification saying that you uploaded your 15-minute video. Now you can't actually look at the 15-minute video from here, but you can do it from elsewhere in the UI. Next thing that you got is your friends list, and it's a friends list. It shows you all your friends who are online, players that you met online, friend requests that you have, people that you block. Name requests is what I mentioned earlier, where you can ask your friends, hey, let me know your real name, so that whenever you're on PSN, I will see your real name as opposed to your PSN ID. Just that pseudonym that we tend to use. because this is not their real name. So if I wanted to say I want your real name on here, that's what you get. Those are messages. You guys know what messages are. Party chat. It's very reminiscent of what Xbox 360 did very, very well, in that you can continue to chat with your friends whether or not you're playing the same game. Or if you're in party chat and you're like, okay, let's not play this game anymore, let's now play this other game, you'll still be in communication with each other. You don't have to leave the game and then the chat is ended, and then start up another game and then join back up. You don't have to do that. You can just join a party and you can always stay with each other. Here's your profile, which is just your profile that shows you the trophies that you may have earned, your recent activities, introduction if you have one, and it shows all your friends. And also your privacy settings you can access from there, and your captures. Captures are interesting because the PlayStation 4 constantly records your gameplay footage. Can't really tell it not to, but it does this so that if you wanted to share it to Facebook, because right now you can't share it to YouTube directly from the console, which is a bit silly, but if you wanted to upload this to YouTube, it's always saving your last 15-minute recording, so you can go into it and switch it up. So this is a video clip that the PlayStation took of me playing Contrast. And let's just get a quick look at that right now. So this was just the beginning of the game. Now if I wanted to, I can press R2 to fast forward it. I can stop it whenever I want, and this was the gameplay footage, everything that I did. Now what I can do, if I wanted to upload this to Facebook, I would press the share button on the remote control, or on the DualShock 4. And then the share menu comes up, and then it asks me if to name it, to make a comment on it, to publish it, or I can edit it. So if I didn't want to just upload the entire 15 minutes, if I just wanted a portion of the video, like a highlight of the video, I can do that. All you have to do is select the start point, you select the end point, trim what you don't need, and then you're done. And this is the timeline that you can break up from 1 minute intervals all the way down to 10-second intervals. So if I say I want 60-second intervals right here, this is every clip that happened on every minute. So I can select, let's say this one, and I say I want to start here, and I want it to end there. And then I just trim it all, and this is what would be uploaded. If I wanted to upload this to Facebook, this is what people would see. It's very dark. Okay, yeah, so that's how the video uploading feature works, and and it does that for so many games that you play. I mean, this is just for contrast. We can go into Flower, and these are videos taken from Flower. This is a screenshot from, well, this is a video clip, but I also took some screenshots from Flower. Here was one screenshot that I took, and if you wanted to, you can share the screenshot as well. And with the screenshots, you can share to both Facebook and Twitter. You have to put in your credentials in order to do that, of course, but it does that. And I believe it also automatically puts a hashtag in your screenshot. So that's just something that I did earlier, and it's the same thing for all of your other games. It's just always capturing stuff. So you find that in your profile. Next up is trophies, and we're all familiar with trophies. The syncing is something that still has to happen. I really wish that it would just do it in the background without me having to worry about it. But yeah, the syncing is still there, and you'll find all the trophies that you've gotten from the most recent trophy all the way down to your oldest trophy, and it shows you things from even the PlayStation 3. It's not just the PlayStation 4 trophy menu. It's all of it. It's Vita, it's PlayStation 3, it's everything. So that's your trophies menu. And let's go back up, and now we're going to check out the settings. And settings are what they are. These are all settings. You can turn off your notifications if you want, your login settings, different parental controls, where you can restrict the use of PlayStation 4 features. You can select what sub-accounts can do, check out your storage, update your system through firmware if you want to. You can connect the PlayStation app, which is available for Android and iOS, and it just gives you some second screen capabilities, let you monitor your messages and invites and friends list. So right now it's pretty simple, but it does work, and it's still a very nice app. So these will look very familiar. They're very similar to the PlayStation 3's settings menu, but some things have been slightly simplified. For example, if I go to sound and screen and I go to audio settings, you can select your audio output port. I'm using HDMI. And here's a new option. You can output the audio to a pair of headphones that can be plugged into your DualShock 4. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Any standard 3.5mm headphone jack rockin' headset will fit right into there. So you can take, if you have like an iPhone, you can take your earpods or whatever that you use to listen to music on your iPhone or whatever. You can plug that into your DualShock 4, come to this menu, and choose to output everything to your headphones. Now, I can't access this option right now because there's nothing plugged in, but you'll have the option to just route the just chat audio, or you can do all of the above, chat audio and just full audio in general. So this is really cool if you're in a room with someone and you don't want to disturb them with your gameplay, you don't have to find some headphones with a super long cord and stick it in your TV. You just put it in your controller and it routes the audio that way. So that's very, very nice. Audio format priority, linear PCM, bitstream, and bitstream Dolby and bitstream DTS. If you are very, very familiar with those kind of things, perhaps that makes you happy or angry, not too sure. Here are two other different menu options for the system music and the keytones. PS3 had no background music, but the PS4 does, just like the Vita does. It's very serene. It's like you're floating through a space of ones and zeros, and you see Kazurai, and you're like, "Hi, Kaz," and you're waving really, really slow. So that's what that music reminds me of. And keytones, if you don't want to hear all the boops and beeps all over the place. And then finally, the power. You want to turn it off, you want to suspend it, you can do that as well. Now, PlayStation Store. You may have heard a lot of people talking about how fast the PlayStation 4 is when it comes to menus and everything. And yeah, it is fast, but to be fair, the PlayStation 3 didn't necessarily lag when you went to menu option to menu option. You press left, it went left. The PlayStation 4 just makes it look a lot prettier. But one place where the speed is absolutely, undeniably better is the PlayStation Store. Did you see how fast I got into the PlayStation Store? I'm going to leave. I'm out of the PlayStation Store. I changed my mind. I want to go back in. I'm in the PlayStation Store. It takes so long to do this on the PlayStation 3. When the store was redesigned, it became super, super slow. But now it is nice and fast, and it's reminiscent of the same store that's on the PlayStation 3. It just looks a little bit bigger with these cover art of all the games that you can download, and you can just keep on going just like this. And you can break it up into games, music, movies, apps. PS3 to PS4 is a new category where if you bought certain games like Assassin's Creed 3, or not Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, Call of Duty Ghosts, Battlefield 4, Injustice Gods Among Us, Call of Duty Ghosts, again, what you could do if you bought on PS3, you pay an extra $10 and then you can upgrade to the PS4 version. So that's a new category that's in there. Whoops, accidentally left again. And here's another thing. If you want to download games that let's just say for example, you're using the PlayStation app and you bought a game and that game is put into your library so that you can turn on your console and download it, or if you deleted a game and now you want to get it back. On the PlayStation 3, in order to do that, you would go into your account settings and you could access your download list. So it's a huge list of everything that you downloaded. But now, you have to go into the PlayStation Store and you have to go to your library. And that's where you can see all the things that you have downloaded on your console. And it's also the place where you would redeem codes. So I think that just about wraps it up for the user interface of the PlayStation 4. In some of my future videos, I think I'm going to show you how you can stream things on Twitch and how some of the different sharing options work while you're actually playing a game, and just about any other thing that I can think of. But yeah, this was just a quick overview, or not so quick overview, of the PlayStation 4's user interface. Make no mistake, it is fast, it is zippy, especially how it goes in and out of things, in and out of menus. So that is a very big improvement. One weak point of it is organization. Things at times seem to be a little bit all over the place. So Sony can just tighten that up a bit, which I'm sure they will in future updates in the years ahead. And hey, 5 years from now, this screen probably will look completely different. But it's perfectly manageable right now. Do not let any uncertainties about the UI swayed you from getting this console if this is what you want, because it's much better than the PS3. It's much easier to look at. You will get used to it. It looks a little cluttery at first, but at least it's easy to understand once you've been playing with it for, like an hour or so. You get used to it, as with most things. So that's all from this video. More PS4 videos to come. So until next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll see you later.